All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. I started a minute earlier than I wanted to. Oh, well. I'm glad you could join. It looks like my camera changing light. Or am I just casting a shadow over my face? Oh, well. Well, we're going to do some more payload CMS and some more Next.js coding. So there are a few things that I want to work on, and I have my to-do list over here, which is what I'm looking at. So we'll be working on at least favicons, however you want to pronounce it. Then we'll also be working on our social section. So I want to have social media icons in the footer of my website that I'm working on right now. So the project that we're working on. So we'll work on that, and we'll also work on plain text. So I have a plain text converter function that I'd like to use to completely render my entire site in plain text for schema purposes. So that's kind of last on my list because I don't really have, schema is super optional, including the content on a page, also super optional, and may actually even be easier to do it a different way, like just using on the client side, looking at all the HTML that's rendered, and then strip the tags. So we'll see what happens when we get started. So right now, I do have favicons, I'm going to say favicons, on my front end. But when I go to the back end, I get the Vercel favicon. So I want to change that, and it's super easy to do. I just actually have to do it now. So we're going to come over to, I'm on a different screen right now because I have to go and log into my Cloudflare real quick to access the bucket that I want to use. And we're just going to go to our payload config. And here we have our icons already kind of initialized, but since the icon URL and dark icon URL don't have anything, and I think I still have the constants up here. I do. And right now they are, I try to fetch globals, but you can't do that in the config. So we're going to just replace all of this, which is going to break our favicons, which it looks like it already did. Oh, let's end that. That's a circular error there. Document or object storage. I think it's my template CMS, and then I should have in the actual bucket itself, which I still can't show you because that has personal information. I think I found it. Objects. Perfect, yes. Icon fulls, that's what I'm looking for. It is. So I can come over here and do, for my icon URL, do that. And then for dark mode, let's see. Dark mode. We should have the white one, which, in this, my Chrome browser doesn't really respect my dark mode setting. So putting in a white one is probably not going to make the most sense, but we're still going to do it. So I wonder if that was the error. Okay. And then drop that in. And then let's reload this. And then while I'm just giving that a second to think, I'm going to put in this new images, or not new images, but use this logo URL up here as another const and just provide a default image. And so these are all things that I really wish I could use data from my database, but just is not in the cards right now. So why don't we just use this just because it's easy. All right, so I'm going to save that, and then I should be able to refresh this, and hopefully we don't get a bunch of errors again, because then we might have something wrong and we need to go fix it. Okay, we don't have a bunch of errors, and I promise there is that URL, or the favicon, but since it's white, you're not going to be able to see it until I add the other one in the dark mode. So that's really all it is. And so what this is doing is it's setting the priority for the favicon, which we really don't need. And then providing the URL with the sizes, which again, we don't really need, but we'll leave it there. And then telling the browser what kind of favicon it is. And then saying what the relation is. And so there are other options for, like, if you have, I think we can do an array here. Yeah, so they're going to be, maybe it's just icon. But regardless, and then we can have a dark mode one, which just uses the media query, prefers color scheme dark. So all good stuff, easy to do. Took us not but a minute and a half, probably a little bit longer. And then for the logo URL, that's for the open graph. So for here, since I can't really show this in general, I can go to the head tag, and then we can find our OG title, description, site name, image, and all that. So the image is the one that I put in here. So that URL matches what I have right here. And so all of that is good.